Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mori Crossing and today we're going to be continuing making the Forbidden Forest. If you haven't seen part 1, click here to watch that first and let's start the build. So in the last video we did the lower level and this video we're doing the upper level. The lower level is just the general Forbidden Forest and Aragog's den, and the dragons in the 4th movie has a nod to it as well with the Norbert there. And first of all we're going to be extending this area because I felt that there wasn't enough space for what I wanted to do. So what did I want to do up here? Well, let me tell you. During the winter holidays, me and my boyfriend watched all of the Harry Potter movies back to back. He hadn't actually seen all of the movies before. He also hadn't read all the books, so we listened to all the audiobooks in order so that he could get the book experience before he got the movie experience, which I felt was the correct way around. That's my personal opinion. I still like the movies, but the books are my favourite. So anyway, we saw the part with the hippogriffs in the 3rd movie, when they're first meeting the hippogriffs and they're having their first lesson with Hagrid and they're learning to tame their, what are they called? The Monster Book of Monsters. They learn from Hagrid you just have to stroke the spine. Of course. How did they not work it out, Hagrid said, but most people were quite exasperated by these books. But anyway, back to what inspired me for this build is the area that Hagrid was keeping the hippogriff, Buckbeak. I just really liked the open space, but it still being enclosed in the forest. And it was quite rocky and it had a really nice kind of broken wall, stone wall. And it just looked really aesthetically pleasing. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to include that in my Forbidden Forest. I decided also, since this is a hippogriff area, that I would put Avery's house, who is going to be my hippogriff, because I feel like out of all the eagles, he looks the most like Buckbeak. So I decided I was going to put his house up here. Unfortunately, on all of our villager hunts so far, we haven't found him. So I instead put Bo's house up here as a placeholder for now. If you want to see those villager hunts, I have a huge playlist of them. Also, I stream them live on Saturdays whenever I do them, which is usually every other week or less, depending on how much I time travel for these builds and how lucky I get with Who Wants to Leave. It's really fun. We have a great time villager hunting together. It's so much better than doing it on my own, and you guys always have hilarious comments and you can give your opinions on the villagers I choose. It's just a win-win situation, so please do join us if you have the time. So of course I wanted this whole area to be walled off, just like the scene in the movie. I wanted to try and make it look a bit dilapidated, the walls a bit like run down, so I added those big rocks as well, just to make it look like it's different heights, like it's fallen down a little bit. Oh, if you want to know what that scene looks like, probably would be useful. I'll put a picture here. I always have such a difficult time placing trees because I think I give enough of an area for myself in all of these builds, and then it just turns out there's so much less room than I thought. And because they need to be at least 1 square away from each other and away from everything, it means that they have to be a very specific distance apart. So here I'm just checking how it looks, the composition of the entrance. So we changed it to nighttime just to get a sense of the atmosphere. I'm not really sure what time of day I want to set my dream address to, because I feel like nighttime is very Harry Potter-y. But I think I'd probably start it like late evening, sunset time, and I'm not sure whether to use fog or aurora or like shooting stars. I don't know which phenomenon I'd like to use. What do you guys think? What would your advice be for a Harry Potter island? When would you set your dream address to? And also you can see we have Red visiting us. Another reason that I didn't want to move the Forbidden Forest over a bit was because I want access to the Forbidden Beach. I meant, I'm doing the Forbidden Forest. Oh my goodness, my brain is getting confused. The Secret Beach. I'm not really sure what to do on the Secret Beach. If you have any suggestions, again, please do write them down below, because I don't know what to put on it right now, but I do know I want to use it somehow. I knew I wanted to create some kind of small pathway to lead you to Buckbeak, in inverted commas, house. Even though that's not quite what the movie does, I'm just taking some creative liberties. I also knew that I definitely wanted to include kind of the scene itself, so eventually I put down some books because the students were there to learn about hippogriffs, and also I put down some of the spiked fence so that it kind of looks like the apparatus that holds the ferrets that Hagrid feeds to Buckbeak. I also put the Stonehenge here. The reason for that is because I think it looks good, and also because it's kind of to represent the kind of Stonehenge part outside of Hagrid's house. It's not a Stonehenge, but it's kind of a stone circle where Hermione punches Malfoy in the face in that one scene. Or does she punches him in the books? Does she punch him in the movie, or does she slap him? I can't remember. But yeah, that area, which isn't really described in the books so much, but I thought it was just a cool little nod to it here. I also put down some straw fencing here, which I thought kind of looked like hay that, again, the hippogriffs could eat, just as an added little detail. I was unsure which direction I liked it. A lot of deliberation over a fence happened here. Oh dear. And as you can see on this level, I decided to put more warm colours, warm lighting, like the bamboo shoot lamps rather than the blue mushrooms. So I thought that would separate it a little bit so that each area has its own look and lighting. So when you walk between each area, you get a different feeling. I really like how weeds look so much more 3D than the custom designs. I love custom designs on the floor too, but as soon as you add the weeds and some flowers, it just gives it so much more depth because it's just, of course, more 3D. I'm just wondering, what is your guys' favourite kind of flower to use as an overall, like, as a blanket flower? I don't know, a flower that you use a lot all through your island. Because for this island, the Harry Potter island, I just constantly seem to be using green mums because I find that they look very kind of weedy. They just look like they could naturally be somewhere in Harry Potter, because Harry Potter's sort of like tone and aesthetic is quite dark and not that colourful. I mean, when they do magic in some of the scenes, it's quite colourful, but apart from that, there's not really a huge amount of colour. Everything's quite blue and dark. And I specifically chose this kind of book with the animals on it. I know it's butterflies, it's not any sort of Harry Potter monsters, but I thought that it would be the best kind of book for this magical creatures lesson. So here we have it. Here's the final look around my Forbidden Forest. Of course, as I continue to make my island, I will add little bits and continue to just keep tweaking everything. So this might not be exactly how it looks for the final tour, but I'm really, really happy with how it looks. I'm really, really happy. Especially at nighttime. I feel like it's really atmospheric. See the transition from warm to cool? I love it. And look at this beautiful moon as well. Just perfect. So, thank you so much for watching today, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this or villager hunting videos, all kinds of videos, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!